Hello, I am Alexander Don Mason, and I am a public school teacher in one of the elementary schools in the division of Iligan City. My job is considered to be the noblest of all professions. I act as a second parent to my learners who magically think that I am a superman who can do almost everything. From being a teacher, mediator, healer, counselor, or a plantito perhaps. That is why I somehow personally believe that there is something true to this point. That teachers carry all the works of the different departments of the government at once. But kidding aside, with the bulk of work that a teacher has, most of my friends ask me, how do I still find happiness in my job? A simple question that probably most of us have different answers. So dear friends, join me as I take you to the discussion of my philosophical research entitled
The pursuit of happiness in a philosophical teaching context as reflected in the new normal. How many times have you been asked, are you happy? Are you always convinced that you are really happy when you say yes? What is then exactly is the definition of happiness? Our personal definitions of happiness might differ, but scientists view happiness as a combination of how satisfied you are with your life and how good you feel on a daily basis. Famous philosopher Aristotle used the term eudaimonia to define a sustained happiness as something that comes from living a life rich in meaning and purpose. In the context of education, the idea of happiness described by teachers is actually similar way how philosophers and scholars define it, because they base it on their own perception, observations, and theories. Now, let us take a look at how teachers should pursue happiness in the new normal. First, we have to stress the importance of teachers' well-being. None of us were ready to experience the drastic change brought by this pandemic. It clearly shows that everything in this world keeps on changing. As what Greek philosopher Heraclitus claimed, that one cannot touch nor step into the exact same river twice, which means that the world constantly changes and that no two situations are exactly the same. Undeniably, COVID-19 has greatly affected the world's educational system, but teachers have to remain steadfast despite the drawbacks and pressures at work. Our well-being is crucial to ensuring that our teaching skills are effective and of high quality. Next is staying positive. Teachers in these current times are bombarded with numerous workloads that would usually make them bring the unfinished tasks at home. This situation could lead to stress. However, if teachers will remain positive, this will not only help us to think more clearly and become more productive, but also infect our colleagues to be positive as well. Thus, happiness will exist. A Greek philosopher, Epicurus, stressed the virtue of expressing positivity not just for ourselves, but also for all those around us. Last, to build a personal state of total contentment. We teachers need to relieve ourselves from the stress of wanting more and more. In doing this, we should be able to distinguish our wants from our needs. As they would always say, contentment promotes simplicity. It teaches us to be happy with what we have. Plato once said, "The greatest wealth is to live content with little." As a summary, this philosophical research suggests 3 ways on how teachers should pursue happiness in the new normal. First is to give importance of teachers' well-being. Next is to stay positive. Third is to have a personal state of being content. With all of these accounts, we could say that we have the ability to control how fulfilling our life is, and happiness is a skill you can build with consistent practice.